Yo, what's up? Okay, I'm gonna get right into. I wanna start off with like trade recap from the last two trades of last week, which I did not do. Right, last week was very frustrating to say the least. Towards the end of the week, was a little bit frustrating, man, and yeah, I couldn't bring myself to end up making a video, which is not good because you have to always fucking do the video, right? No matter how it feels, whatever the case may be. A little bit of laziness as well in there, but it's whatever. At this point, okay. Okay, I've removed the other drawings, but the swing low was here. The swing low was right there. Let me get this tool to stick, please. Okay. Swing low was down here, right? And then the market came in, swept, right? And then the IPOS was there, which means the internal high at this point would be there. And then we had an internal break of the high here. So now, following the order flow, right, as you can see, the market goes up, down, up. So my thoughts with this should probably be the point that needs to hold, right? If we are going to continue to go up. And then, yes, this, okay, technically it doesn't hold, but the good thing is that we are sweeping the Asian session, right? The Asian session low, we swept that. After the sweep, we have a break, right? A break and close above this little high in here to get the chalk, right? And then at that point this becomes like valid M15 POI, and then obviously following the order flow, the swing low held, right? And then just following this bullish order flow here, I was looking for the entry in there, not to go far, as you can see, just to follow this upward without being crazy aggressive with it. And then I can't remember if this was a 5-minute entry or not. I think it should have been, okay, yeah, should have been an M5 because we did have M15 chalk. Anyway, as always, you then have the, let's see. Yeah, the market starts coming down from up here, and then we're looking for the nearest sweep, right? Nearest sweep of liquidity would have been right there, because these are like inside bars. That's the high. The high gets swept there for the 5-minute chalk. 5-minute chalk there, which means this is the strong liquidation down here. Strong liquidation right there. M15 strong liquidation. Okay, so now I think the huge thing to look for in here now is, I don't think I've talked about this before, but there is like something that I use called like early entry invalidation. I don't use it a lot, which I should be, right? Another problem, not following the rules fully. Like a early entry invalidation, which means basically getting your entry before the POI, right? Which it validates this whole setup here. The only way to know if it was like early entry invalidation is for when waiting for a candle close, Now we want to see if this candle went past this M5, which means this is then the entry candle before sweeping the low, right? Before sweeping the low, because once it sweeps the low, then it signals to me that this is not the entry candle. I should wait for the entry candle, which I did, which ended up being this one. Right, but then I want to see here on the M1 on the 23rd. On the 23rd, right there. Blah, 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 blah. Then check fucking time. I'm an idiot. Oh, 28th. Thursday, 27. Okay, I need to check time. This candle closed at 2:30. This is the 2:30 candle. So I want to see at 14:29. Okay, there should have been an abrupt cut off in the video, but I'll just continue from here. Anyway, I was looking for the 1 minute and I am here, right? Then we said at 14:29 is what we're looking for, because that would have been 14:30 would have been the start of the new candle, which means the last candle would have closed there, right? Then as you can see, this candle moved up, so the 2:30 candle moved up and then down, which would then mean in actual fact this is an invalid trade. This becomes an invalid trade because of early entry invalidation, right? Having like a entry before the POI, right, makes this trade invalid, which in turn, like, this would then equal not being a valid trade, but it's whatever. I guess at this point I've taken it, so, but for future reference, yeah, I should really be on the ball with these like invalid trades with like early entry invalidation and stuff. Yeah, a little bit sucky. I'd say. More especially because it like enters, goes halfway, and then takes you out. But it's invalid. Early entry invalidation. Something I'll have to work on and get better with that. And then we had a late Euro JPY trade. Late on Friday. Easy trade. Easy trade. No questions asked with this one. M15 at this point was heavily bullish, right? As you can see, moving heavily bullish. This should be a 50-minute boss, not an eye boss. Internal is bullish, the swing is bullish, right? Then we get a eye boss right here, right? This is the pullback. It's not a chalk because it didn't cross the high before coming low, so this is not an actual chalk, right? So you can still go in with the risk entry. And then, oh my god, oof, this would have been in right there, SL right there, and then TP right there. Right, easy trade, no questions asked. This was an easy one. Followed that one to the T. In and out in a few minutes. That was like I think this is the only winner of the month, actually. The only one of the month. Yeah, it's been a real shitty month, I think. Yeah, really shitty month. Not the worst, but really shitty month, and we were on a pretty long losing streak as well. We'll do a review on Friday. On Friday, because November I have a little bit of a different plan that I want to execute. I will talk about that on Friday. Yeah, easy with this ones. I think I just wanted to do a recap of those closing trades for last week before I get into today's one, right, in a separate video on its own to start off the week, since I basically did not trade on Monday and Tuesday. So basically the start of my week actually is today. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's get to okay, peace. Let's get to the next one.